dark, endless void. And now imagine three men locked inside a small spacecraft, suspended between life and death, between Earth and the Moon. It was July 20th, 1969. Humanity held its breath. Millions of people watched their televisions, radios tuned in every corner of the planet, eyes fixed on a goal that once seemed impossible. They called it Apollo 11. A name that today means history, courage, human genius. But behind that name was a desperate race against time, against failure, against fear, because no one, until then, had ever dared so much. That day wasn't just the day man set foot on the moon. It was the day humanity realized that even the wildest dreams can come true. This isn't just the story of a space mission. It's the story of a journey that changed forever how we see what's possible. It's the hidden story of NASA, of Apollo 11, and of the first landing on the moon. It all began long.
Bist du Physiotherapeut und bist es leid?
69. In the 1950s and 60s, the world was divided in two. On one side, the United States. On the other, the Soviet Union. Two superpowers, two ideologies, two visions of the future. It wasn't just a political or military challenge, it was a race to decide who would lead humanity's destiny. And space became the new battlefield. The Soviets struck first. In 1957, they launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. And 2 years later, Yuri Gagarin achieved the impossible, the first man in space. The whole world applauded, while the United States trembled. President John F. Kennedy understood that catching up wasn't enough. He needed to set a goal so bold that it could turn defeat into victory. And so, in 1961, he spoke the words that changed history. We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. It was a promise to the American people, but also an impossible challenge, because at that time, the United States didn't even have the technology to imagine such a journey. NASA was given a monumental task to turn a dream into reality in less than 10 years. An effort that would demand science, sacrifice, courage, and human lives. Building Apollo 11 didn't just mean building a rocket. It meant inventing an entire world of technology that had never existed before. The Saturn V rocket, more than 110 meters tall, was designed to launch tons of metal, fuel, and dreams into space. Every part was a risk. Every detail could decide the fine line between triumph and tragedy. Engineers worked without rest, day and night. Behind them stood thousands of workers, technicians, and scientists. A silent army no one would ever see on television, but without whom the mission would have been impossible. The fear wasn't only of the unknown. It was the awareness that every failed test could cost human lives, and there were many failures. The memory of Apollo 1 weighed heavily. On January 27th, 1967, during a ground test, a fire broke out inside the capsule, killing 3 astronauts, Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee. NASA understood that the price of error was death. From that day on, every bolt, every wire, every screw was checked as if the life of the entire world depended on it. The preparation for Apollo 11 wasn't just engineering. It was an act of faith in human intelligence, because every simulation